Hey guys, this is Killrob speaking, and in today's little dev update we are going to cover 3 topics. Topic number 1 is current activities, the second one will be about the revamp of cooling calculations and cooling drag, and the third one is the first little discussion about biodemographics categories, and I have a little riddle for you as well. Alright, let's get right into it. Topic number 1. On the programming side of things, it has been a bit slow the past few days because it has been the end of the financial year, and with it lots of bureaucracy and bookkeeping to do. So not that much bug fixing as we had hoped, but we are currently tracking down the last few bugs and crashes. And for that we have implemented a bit more solid tracking for these issues, as in writing better game logs and so on, so that we can follow up on that and actually fix those things. Because, like we said, for us it's not crashing, so it's kind of hard to replicate then. Anyway, that's that side, but what you're probably more excited about is to see some work Andrew has been doing on V6s and his first modeling of block and cylinder heads. And that's already looking pretty nice. And these pictures you're seeing here are done in the Unreal Engine, which he is learning on the side of things now, so that he's ready once we convert to Unreal, if we do that. That's still another topic to discuss, yes. But on the other side, I've been working on 2 things as well, which is topic 2 and 3. So let's get right into that. The second topic of the day is the cooling calculations and cooling drag, and how I revamp those to give some better top speed values. As you might have seen in the Let's Play I posted with the prototype, that one was really slow for the power it had, and that was not only due to my bad design, but also due to my bad design of calculations, it seems. So twice failed and twice penalized there. Anyway, the top speed is not the issue in this car, why this car is so slow, as it turned out. That only shaved off like 10 seconds. But the cooling calculations needed to be revamped, and I want to show you what the problem is. So in automation, let's see, we have, if we build the Veyron 1000 BS, it should reach, like the real version, should reach 408 kilometers an hour. And then there is this updated version which has even more power. And it's the Veyron 1200 bullshit edition. And that one, in reality, reaches 431 kilometers an hour. In automation, both reach about the same speed of, I think it was something like 380-ish or something. But if we calculate things properly, if we just put the engine of the 1200 edition into the 1000 edition without doing anything else, it should get up to, by only calculating with air resistance, 447 kilometers an hour, which is significantly faster than the 431, especially considering that air resistance goes with the square of velocity. So this one leads to a difference of 5% in area. So basically it is like, okay, how much area do we have to add to the car with the more powerful engine in order to make it slower? Also at higher speeds you have a bit of linear friction increase, so that one has to be in there as well. And actually with a 5% area increase you would get to like 435 kilometers an hour, but then you have a bit of extra friction around the whole thing, so it drops down to 435. And that makes a lot of sense. So now you will be in the position where adding more power doesn't make your car not go faster. Yeah, there were too many negatives in there. So, next topic I would say. The third and final topic of today is the buyer demographics draft I've been working on. Right now I have proposed 60 different categories of buyers who all have different tastes. There's quite a bit of overlap in between these categories, but they have not only different tastes but also different budgets. And with different budgets come different desires as well. So we have the main categories like practicality cars or eco cars, and some fun stuff here, some utility focused things, some sports cars, and more luxury and prestige cars over here, as well as some off-road stuff. And you should take a look at this list and see if you can think of anything we have missed. And that would be great to add as soon as possible in that case. So think of a car that exists in real life, is a production car which is sold today to more than one person, and not an APC or any kind of that nonsense either. So yeah, if you can find one which doesn't fit into any of these categories, please note this in the comments. I would be stoked to hear about that. Anyway. So how does this work? Well, each of these groups will evaluate all the cars you have and compute a desirability score for it. Also, your car will have an affordability depending on its running costs and the price you set. And that's in combination with brand awareness, brand reputation, brand prestige, model prestige and model reputation will be going into the calculation of how many people will actually buy the car. So yes, enough of that. Have a good look at this. And now for the final thing, a little riddle for you. I call it the 99 trim problem. So let's see. First of all, consider that all the buyers from a target group need to consider all the cars which are available, and they will be calculating a desirability score of all these cars. And now let's just make it very simple and say there are exactly 2 brands and each one has one model. And for this target demographic we are talking about, the desirability scores are 100% for the first one and 50% for the second one. So far so good. If these are the only 2 cars, then one would think it should be pretty simple. Let's say, well, the first one would then get 2/3 of the sales, while the second one, with its 50% rating, would only get 33% of the sales. That model works as long as you don't try to exploit it in a bad way. And let's see what has happened here. We have Mr. Troll, who is who's the CEO of brand number 2. And he just cloned his one trim 99 times. So now all the buyers from this group are looking at the brand 1 M1 T1 with 100% rating, and then the brand M1 T1, T2, T3, T4, which are all basically the same, but they all have the same desirability score of a shitty 50%. So what happens if all the buyers look at this car, or not this car, but these cars, these 99 different cars with slightly different colors? Well, if we go after the same principle, brand number 1 gets only 2% of the sales, while brand number 2 gets 98% of the sales. Problem? So, if you have a solution to this, then I would really like to hear it down below in the comments. And that should be in the solution without exploits. You should be able to cope with many trims, many models, and many sub-brands as possible exploits. And while I have a pretty good working solution, rather elegant and not too long, I would like to you to think about this and discuss it in the comments below. So, hope you guys enjoyed and see you next time.